So make sure you behave. We are being recorded tonight. And that will be posted on the YouTube, Rio Grande Council BSA YouTube site as well. So if you missed something, you won't be able to go back to that. Let's look at the agenda here, just so you can see we are busy tonight. I don't see Dr. Margot. Is he in the house yet? We have some special announcement for him, but I just wanted to see if he was here. Okay, we're not seeing him. So to start with, just so you know, if you're involved in the rechartering, if you're a Key 3 and involved in rechartering your unit, the window is now open to start that process. I'm going here to mine. It's in internet advancement. I need to be in that one instead. So it's advancement, ADV, advancement, and it's without the PP there. This one is the if you can see that, advancement PP, advancements SPP, scouting.org is the sandbox where you can practice. The advancement.scouting.org is will get you in through your my.scouting login into the advancement. And as a Key 3, you'll be able to see the icon that says recharter. This is my own unit. And when you click on it, it will bring up the recharter window now. We are all, the majority of the troops recharter at the end of January in our council. And so this window will be the one you use to do your recharter. You can see there's only 2 steps. We're not doing a full lesson today, but just so you know that it is available. The key thing to look for is for the adults is that they have their green shield with a check mark here for their YPT and the green circle with a check mark for their criminal background check. Those all need to be done. And we will try to do another session about how to do the recharter, but it is much simpler. And you sure don't want to see anything but green check marks here. So this is my own unit, but this is ready to start. It's out there. We do have our videos out there that you can get to, and we do plan to do another session on internet recharter for your use in the very near future. The other thing that I want to talk to you about is, let's see, I want to go to merit badges now. I'm not sharing the screen, am I?
No.
Okay, I just realized that. My goodness. So you
In
didn't
the
see.
meanwhile, Mr. Henry, please put your unit number in front of your name so we can take the attendance list, please.
Apologize. I thought I was on the recharter. Here's what you see when you get into the internet advancement. Let me share a new screen here to make sure it's showing for you. Okay. So this is internet advancement. This is the advancements.scouting.org, and it'll take you to your roster, and then you'll have the recharter button here for the Key 3, the 3 leaders of the unit. And this is what I was talking about, the check marks, the green check marks. You want to see those for your adults. And again, it's only 2 steps to correct this, to make sure this is correct, who's going to pay, and their correct position, and then to pay. So the it's out there ready to start working on. We have 3 months to get it all done, to November, December, and it has to be done before the end of January. And earlier the better for getting everything into our council. So internet charter is open. You can go in and start looking at it. If you want to practice in the sandbox, it's advancements PP as in Paul.scouting.org, and that'll take you into a sandbox. And you'll use your key 3 information, my.scouting.
Hey, Mike, real
yes,
quick, for the people that do not know what a sandbox is, can you kind of just explain real quick?
Sure. It's a playground. It's a place to go and look at it, and it's not your unit. It's just a fictitious unit. And if you're trying to figure out something you don't understand, you can go into the playground and try it. And as long as you don't click on pay, you'll be fine. It's just a playground or a place to figure out how things work. If you do click pay, you may want you to pay. You may not want to do that, but everything else is just to teach you how to do that. And you can go up here to, let me move this so I can point it out to you. If you are over more than one unit, it'll show the different units you are in a key 3 in, and you can switch between the different units up here at the top right. And very, very robust in what it's got there, easy to use, and it's going to make your recharger a lot easier online. The options are there to pay. I didn't want to spend a lot of time because we have a whole lot to cover tonight, but I just wanted you to know that that's open now, and you can your key 3 can get started with a recharger for your units. Okay, and we'll have a probably a Zoom session to go over it, and there is a place for you to see a video, and I'll just go ahead and put that link in here to help you with seeing what the national registrar put together as a short video. It's about 17 minutes, and it's really brief, but so is the recharger. It's easy to see and do. So if you'll check your chat in a moment, I'll put that link in there for you. The next thing up is Patty Garcia. She's going to talk about a couple of merit badges, a couple of items that are available. So give me just a minute to get this link, and then I'll let Patty have it. You're going to start talking about it, Patty?
Yes, sir. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming to our November roundtable. Just a quick information regarding an award that it came out. It was just sent to us. I don't know why, but I think we still have time. This is the 50th anniversary Environmental Protection Agency Award, and it goes from January 1st to December 31st. Like I said, we just got notice of this, and this is an award that troops can work on it, and it's between the Environmental Agency and the EPA and the Boy Scouts. And in order to get this award, Scouts need to have 1 merit badge in animal study, 1 in an outdoor activity, 1 on earth science, and to earn the public health merit badge. The good thing about this is that the merit badges, except for the public health merit badge, are retroactive. If your Scouts already have this one, they can count. They also need to participate in a public health community service approved by the scouting program, totaling at 6 hours. And that could be done quick in 1 Saturday or 1 Sunday. If you need more information, the information is there, but we can send the link to this award. Like I said, I don't know why they send it this late, but we still have time, 2 months to complete it. I
have a quick question.
Yes, ma'am.
So my son has this award 80% completed, and I've asked before because the only thing he's pending are his community service hours for a conservation project.
Yes.
Who can I talk to about what project he can do?
His Scoutmaster.
Well, I asked him and he wasn't sure. He wasn't even aware of it at that time. I was the one that brought it to his attention because it came up in his scout book. And this was a few months ago. So I know we're running out of time to complete the hours. Is there like maybe a local agency that would, you know, that helping them would qualify for those hours?
Adelita, if you email our council advancement chairman, Mr. Morris Edelstein,
Uh-huh.
and you know, we'll get you that answer.
Okay, sounds great.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, so you see, it's been there. That's why it's important to come to Roundtable, because if we don't have the information, someone else has it. Another, some questions regarding this award? Other questions?
I posted it in the chat, the form.
Thank you, Mr. Henry. Another important information that is not going to be effect until June of 2022, but it's important that you know about this, is the new health records. Usually they upgrade it or they put new health records every 2 years, but especially this time of the year, especially this time that we're living on, they had made some major changes that we need to be have notice of them. One of the things are that vaccinations that are required and are going to be required from June 2022 on, it will be the tetanus, measles, varicella, and polio. Okay, those are gonna be required for our scouts to have them. Of course, scouters, especially us that we're older, we just need to make sure that we have the tetanus. I asked my mother many years ago and she didn't remember, but for sure I know the tetanus we have to have. Although not required, but encourage, of course, are COVID, hepatitis A, B, pneumonia, influenza, human papilloma, meningococcus, shingles. Okay, those are not required, but are encouraged. There had been some questions regarding families that do not do vaccines. And this is important now because we need to have an exemption form signed by the doctor. Okay, not only by the parents, but by the doctors. They need to let us know, and also, you know, less than 72 hours of scouting activities, you can present the health record parts A and B. If it's more than 72 hours, it has to be parts A, B, and C. With the exception of families that do not do vaccinations, they have to have parts A, B, and C. The part C is the one that the doctor signs. Okay, so this is very important. We need to have all these records handy and all this. This is not going to be enforced until June of next year, but we encourage you to review with your units how your health records are. Whoever is in charge of your health records, please let them know about this. You can go to the website and you can have more information regarding this, but take in considerations required vaccines, tetanus, measles, varicella, and polio for everybody. And if families do not do vaccines, they have to fill out parts A, B, and C. The new health record won't come out until December, this December. That's why we don't have it available, but hopefully we will have it available for next roundtable. Do we have any questions?
Thank you, Patty. Coming up is a merit badge that is Important, we've been hearing about the this DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. That training's still out there on the my.scouting, and if you're an adult, you probably want to take it. But there's also now a video on the new merit badge that speaks clearly about the upcoming, the new Citizenship in Society merit badge. And I'm going to play this for you real quick. This should give you a quick, brief information about the merit badge and how it affects the Eagle requirement. So if I may, it's a very short 3-minute video, but this will give you something to think about.
The Boy Scouts of America has always worked to train youth to serve as leaders in their communities and in society. The organization has responded to changes in our world by revising and updating our programs to ensure relevance and optimize impact. For the next few minutes, we'll talk about the newest offering from the BSA to help Scouts navigate and serve as inclusive leaders in today's society.
We are proud to introduce the new Citizenship in Society Merit Badge. The goal of the Merit Badge is to help Scouts understand diversity, equity, and inclusion, and why they're important. Meeting the Merit Badge requirement will empower Scouts to learn about diverse, unique identities and characteristics we each possess, understand different perspectives and experiences, respect the beliefs of others, both within and outside of Scouting, identify actions they can take to help create an inclusive and welcoming culture of belonging, help prepare them to become better citizens and more inclusive leaders.
This Merit Badge is one of the educational and awareness initiatives the BSA is implementing to help ensure a welcoming culture and to foster a sense of belonging for youth, volunteers, and employees in the BSA. This Merit Badge will help prepare Scouts for success in our ever-evolving world.
The Citizenship in Society Merit Badge will be available for Scouts to begin earning on November 1st, 2021, on an optional basis. The Merit Badge will become required for the rank of Eagle Scout on July 1st, 2022, following an 8-month introductory period. This aligns with our practice of allocating a grace period for new requirements for attainment of the rank of Eagle Scout, and allows those holding the rank of life to complete their Eagle Scout journey under the current requirements.
Eagle Scouts will still have to earn 21 merit badges, with 14 required and 7 elective badges. Scouts who are life rank and have a board review after July 1st, 2022 must complete the Citizenship in Society merit badge requirements.
This merit badge will focus on the Scouts' own journey while having them share ideas on how they can make a difference in their communities. We have developed a diversity and inclusion statement that supports our mission. The statement reads as follows: the Boy Scouts of America promotes a culture where every youth, volunteer, and employee feels a sense of belonging, and to build communities where every person feels respected and valued, leading by example and encouraging others to live by the values expressed by the Scout Oath and Scout Law. We welcome families of all backgrounds to help prepare young people to serve as successful members and leaders of our nation's increasingly diverse communities.
Despite the challenges many face in our society, Scouts have the ability to change their communities for the better as future leaders of our nation. The Citizenship in Society Merit Badge additionally provides an opportunity for self-awareness and personal growth, helping youth make ethical and moral choices over their lifetime and to serve as leaders in their communities and in society is the life-changing impact of the Boy Scouts of America program. Thank you for all that you do for Scouting.
Now, the merit badge is, this is a merit badge page on scouting.org. The Citizenship of Society is there. There is not going to be a booklet, a merit badge book for this. As you recall, to be a merit badge counselor, you do have to put in the application to be a merit badge counselor, and that will have to go in and be approved by the council. Roger and I have been talking about the training. We want to set a date to get that training out for the counselors so that you will be prepared. The requirements again are available. I will post those to you in the chat. I'll post those requirements to you. But remember, a counselor for this especially would need some training and will be required to be approved by the council before you start that. So that's coming up. I did see somebody come in. I want to stop the share here. And I want to introduce a fellow to you who has been with us at every of our roundtables, and we just increased his paycheck. And I want to recognize, we normally give a Scoutmaster the 1 minute. I'm going to encourage Dr. Margot to take a couple of minutes and introduce himself. We want to welcome him as our new council president. Dr. Margot.
Hi, guys. I was trying to get my iPad up and running, but I think it needs to be let in there. So you'll just have to do with my little iPhone, my little phone logo here. Just want to say thank you all for being here today. I'm not sure how many folks are on the call today. I jump on. Oh, 20 some odd. That's great. Thank you for being here tonight. I'm actually at a meeting in the Woodlands for our Texas Academy of Family Physicians. I'm the outgoing board chair. So it's kind of my last meeting here. So it's kind of a nice fitting send off. And then you'll get most of my attention that's not otherwise spent at home. And really do appreciate the offer and the opportunity to be y'all's council president. Definitely something that I had not ever considered doing. And I was excited to be a volunteer, and Cutmaster was really awesome. And being the committee chair, like my dad before me, was a real special thing. And then this was just another kind of ice on the cake when I was asked to be on the board, and then this. So I just want to thank you all for being here. Thank you for the time. Know that the time you spent on this, whether it's an hour a week, we know it's not that. We know how much time you put into this because we've all done it. And so just thank you all for the time you put into this. Know that all your efforts are appreciated. Know that we value your time, and we are trying to make these things better to where we can maximize our time with the Scouts, maximize their time, that they enjoy their time with us at camp and at their meetings, but also that they find value in it. Because ultimately that's what we're trying to do, is build better adults, build better humans. So that's, we're helping the parents do that. And Scouting's the best vehicle for that I've seen in my few years on this planet. So thank you again for being here. I'm available to answer any questions. If you guys have any questions for me, I don't want to derail the whole roundtable timeline, because I know we are trying to keep it to an hour.
Do you have any updates or questions about statements about the health and the environment of our council?
So we haven't met lately. We're planning on meeting sometime soon. I know that the COVID vaccine is now available for ages 5 through 11. So essentially 5 on up, which is basically our Cub Scouts, the last group that we're missing, can now get it. And yeah, see Ranger John. Yeah, I did complete my wood badge this past weekend as well. I got my beads, so that was a huge honor for me as well. Yeah, so as far as COVID goes, we have been seeing fewer cases overall. We're still seeing some where there's still quite a few people that are unvaccinated, and so that's still an issue. But if we can get, the more people get vaccinated, the more safe everybody is. We're not as concerned about the younger ones catching COVID themselves. And we know that there's a lot of press in the media right now that's talking about, why are you vaccinating these kids? And part of it is, sure, to minimize their risk. But the biggest thing is to keep the older adults from getting sick. That's really the biggest thing. And, the Valley's been particularly hard hit by COVID, even leading the nation at one point in number of deaths per capita. And that's not something we want to get back to anytime soon when another version of this thing comes through. We know that the COVID vaccine does help with some of the variants, maybe not 100%, but anything we can get our immune system ready for the next assault. I think it's worth doing as long as it's safe. And they've done tons of studies. Some of my fellow doctors here at this meeting have their children enrolled in studies, even in this age group. I was just talking to one a few minutes ago. So, we're willing to make sure our kids get vaccinated. I think you can take our word for it that we're looking out for everybody's interest. And thank you for all the congratulations.
Congratulations. Yes. We're proud to see you there and look forward to working with you.
Thank you.
You've got another, I guess that's your iPad out there waiting to join. You want me to go ahead and let you in on the iPad or?
Sure. And I'll get you off to this little guy here.
Okay. All right. You're coming. Okay. And you watch out for the feedback.
Yeah, I'll get you off now.
Okay. Moving on, if you will, please. Joseph Rasmussen is got a portion of the presentation to give us, and it's Joseph, by the way, is our membership chairman for the council, and he's going to talk to us about growing scouting through social media. Joe, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, I'll show up the screen here for you if that'll help. Go for it.
Okay, so good evening. My name is Joe Rasmussen, like Mr. Henry said. Great website, great resources at this Ready Set Scout. That's part of scouting.org /recruitment. Lot of tools for recruiting on there. If you can scroll down a little bit, Mike, we can see marketing materials 2021. Yeah.
I posted the link on the chat. Okay. Well,
Yep.
All right. So, all right. What is? Okay.
Yep.
It's
Doing
just one of
good.
those standard procedures.
Yeah, you're doing good.
So what is loaded here, man?
Okay, so lots of different materials in there that you can use for recruiting, pre-made template flyers, a lot of recruiting tools and advice on how to recruit, when to recruit. The answer is always, just in case you've never heard my speech before about recruiting for scouting. Scouting is year round, scouting is all the time, scouting is all inclusive, scouting is for everyone. And your unit, whatever kind of scouting unit it is, Cub Scouting, Scouts BSA, Venturing, STEM Scouts, Venturing Crew, all of those programs need to be recruiting year round. That is a must. Calendar tools pretty useful. That can help you just have a nice access to a side calendar where you can, it'll remind everyone and actually send emails to everyone in your unit involved. So it can be pretty helpful. Little bit of hands-on up front, and then after that it's kind of a set and repeat. Pretty useful there.
Wait for it to load and come back to it.
Yeah. There's a cool little video on there. That's a really easy video to watch and play for promotion. It's already made. It already has national guidelines and branding images, licensing already taken care of. You can use that video when you want to. If you keep scrolling down, Mike, excuse me. Jeez. Okay, so we got the webinars there, and then
Yeah.
so that's just a how-to video. It's a 30-minute webinar on a couple recruiting tips, and then you can also look at the past ones. Exactly. Okay, a little bit more. Yeah, we got a 25% off uniforms right there on the website. Just kind of cool. Good to know. Not always a good recruiting tool. Hey, welcome to scouting. Where's your checkbook? Just kidding. But scouting, it can be expensive, so it's always good to get your deals and coupons when you can. Let me see. Yep, beascout.org support. That's pretty handy. It's 24/7 chat function. Can be pretty useful. And there's also social media on the far right side. Yeah, that one can help. Yeah, okay. All right, we'll go there.
Maybe it'll open up. I'll just thinking about opening it up and go, maybe that calendar's open. Okay, here's the calendar.
I'll get it, man.
It just, my computer's loaded right now, sorry.
No, we're doing fine. Well, what's important is that everybody knows that the tools exist, not necessarily going through each and every one of them. Geofencing tips and tricks. You might say, what is geofencing? I had that very same question. So it's a geographic fencing and social media tracking, like within one certain area roughly, and it'll you can study how many clicks and other things like that and views you get on your pages, which are important. You know, when you go camping, not every unit is going camping right now. When you go camping, you need to publicize that. You need to advertise that. When you do different events that you know, you might think are everyday and normal, not every unit goes motorboating. Not every unit goes rock climbing. Not every unit does lawn service and flag ceremonies and other things. Publicize that. Put that on social media. When people look up your unit, they're going to look on social media for your unit, and they're going to want to know what you guys do for fun. That is free advertising for you on that social media. Doesn't, you know, I'm not saying that every unit needs a TikTok and a Twitter and an Instagram and a Facebook and a MySpace, if that still exists. I'm not sure. I don't think so. Not every unit needs all of those things, but it is there. Think of them as tools in your toolbox to help you sell your unit to future youth and adults. You know, really good stuff on this whole page, really. And so just to say that out loud again, that is scouting.org/recruitment/again. It's right from the scouting program, right from National. It is all of the PowerPoints, all of the pamphlets, and all of the videos have already been through BSA National branding guidelines and rules, and they are ready to roll. Photos is pretty good if you're going to make a PowerPoint. There's pre-standardized photos in there of youth that has been approved and deemed pretty acceptable. So pretty useful stuff. Yeah, look at that. We got fishing, archery, beekeeping, day camp, bicycling, hiking. You know, pretty much anything that you do, you're like, oh man, my unit loves to go canoeing, but we keep on not taking any photos when we go canoeing. There's some photos right there. Throw those on there. That's perfectly okay. Those are still scouts. Keeping in mind, just to piggyback off of the fun we were having with the BSA medical forms, that is when you do a full A, B, and C medical form, BSA medical form, there is a talent release on that form. And those scouts and adults that have that full medical form have already signed a talent release to be for their photos, likeness, and videos to be utilized for future scouting promotion. So, you know, don't have to worry about that. Don't have to worry about that. It can be utilized pretty well.
And everybody's looking forward to escaping the indoors nowadays.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's imperative that we keep this scouting movement going and growing. If you know, we must keep growing. Like I said, recruiting is year round. Your unit should be doing it right now. I think it's pretty. Oh, hold on, I got something in the chat here. What is the form? Is the media release on? Should be. I want to say it's on part C of the medical form. Should be towards the end.
If I'm not mistaken, I think it's the first part A. But like I said, there's going to be changes on the new forms, or maybe it can change.
Yeah, I know for a fact if you do parts A, B, and C on the old one, the talent release is included. Haven't seen the new form yet.
I'll see if I can get it up here in a moment. Annual health and medical record. And let's see. Quickly, I'm glancing through it here. Let me go ahead and post it on the screen here. You can help me see on it.
That's more or less all I have. I just really wanted everyone on this call and in future reference for recorded videos to know that more about this recruiting tool and this website. It is always okay to ask for help when overwhelmed, and recruiting can scare anyone. It's one of my responsibilities to give as much resources as we can. Mr. Henry, if you could get just in case anybody missed it, if you could throw that link of scouting.org/recruitment/ in the chat.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did, but I'll do it again and make sure. Okay.
Hey, Joe, could I ask a quick question?
Sure, what's
there-
going on?
Yeah, are there any downsides to having a social media presence or things or pitfalls we need to worry about as far as, we're looking at maybe starting a Facebook page or an Instagram account just to share the pictures that all the parents get and throw them all in one place. We've tried a couple other forums, and texting back and forth, you don't always maintain that quality. So is there anything we need to worry about or look out for when we do that?
That would be more of our social media chair. And so, Sarah, if you want to jump on and give us some best practices there, just some quick ones that we can share with the group, if you're available.
Yeah, I was looking for the requirements on the web here. There is a how-to guide. I don't remember exactly where it's at. Go ahead, Sarah. I'll stop the screen here.
One thing you want to do when you create a public page for your troop is just to maintain, visibility of it. Some people, when you check your settings, are allowed to comment on the page. If you don't want that, then you should change the settings just to control it a little bit more, or at least be notified that something got commented so you can review it and approve it. But those are great places to publicize any pictures that you guys have. You can, it's also shareable among friends and family, so you guys aren't the only ones looking at it. It draws attention to each of the units, as well as other units that are following you as well. So there's a lot of ups, but you definitely want to use caution when you're going public.
And there is software, if I'm correct, Sarah, that you can link all your social media platforms where you post on one and it shares it with all other platforms.
Facebook already has that implemented with Instagram. So those two programs work together and you can post on both of those pages simultaneously. There are other subscriptions that you can subscribe to on a yearly basis, but that you're talking about a reasonable amount, anywhere from $100 to $300 per year to be able to do that across multiple platforms.
Digital safety and online scouting activities. This is the page I was looking for. It gives guidance. Social media guidelines. I'll share this page, but it's there.
Also, if any unit needs flyers and posters, Joe knows where we keep them here at the office. So reach out to Joe and he can supply you with yard signs and posters and flyers. We just had a cub leader come in today and we gave him a couple of thousand flyers so he can promote in his for his pack. Last week we had another cub leader come in and we gave him thousands of flyers too. And so we do have a limited supply. So come in and as soon as you can to get some of that that supplies that's here. But work with our council membership chair and he's coordinating all the supplies and any help you need when it comes to membership resources.
Okay, thank you. Lots of information coming in, and I know it's so yeah, I'm trying to put as many of the links on the page as I can. I'll still need to share the citizenship in a society requirements with you, and I'll do that soon. But we need to start the breakout rooms. I know Ada and Noel and Joel are all jumping at the bits to get those started and come back about, well, it's already 7:45. Let's try to come back about 8 o'clock and we'll try to finish up the rest of it. So, yeah, roundtables normally about an hour and 15 minutes to hour and a half. So we just try to get them in as quick as we can. So I've opened the rooms up for the breakout rooms. If you can, go ahead and go to the room you like, or tell me who you are and I'll and where you want to go, and I'll get you there. But the breakout rooms are ready to go. Again, come back about 8 o'clock rather, and we'll get the rest of it done. If you need help to go into a room, let me know.
Can I be transferred? This is Diana, Pack 500.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. There you go.
With Cub Scouts, please.
Who's that?
Adelita Osuna, Pack 500.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Elias, let us know what unit you're with. Change your name so you unit
Sorry, I'm with Pack 260.
260. Okay. Yeah, if you can change your name so that we can do the attendance award. You want to go to the Cub Scouts? Okay. Javier, Dr. Margot, you gonna stay in here?
Yeah, he can stay here with us.
Okay.
I think he's.
All right, that's good. We need your help. Okay, Ben, I sent an invite. Did you get it? To Cub Scouts? There we go. Tanya? Cub Scouts. Okay. Everybody is now in the breakout rooms or on the way, and they'll be busy doing their thing. It doesn't show on the video, but so Rudy and Patty and I sit, and Dr. Margot now will sit here and talk about things that are coming up and about the scouting in the Rio Grande Council. And so that's they're busy in the breakout rooms, talking to each other, learning what other people do that are successful, and ideas about things to come up and make their program more exciting for their scouts. So that's going on while we're here.
Mike, if you can give me co-host abilities, I can share a
Sure.
event that's coming up, and we're inviting the business community and friends of scouting to join us. And so that's coming up pretty quickly, and I want to invite the public, and let me show you what I'm talking about.
Should have it.
There we go. Let's see.
Rudy, while you're pulling that up, I just want to say goodnight to everybody. Thank you guys for being here and for all you do. And for anybody who's watching this later, thank you for all you do for scouting. It does make a difference, even every little bit of time you help. So thank you for your time and for volunteering.
Okay, let's see.
Dr. Margot, I was at a class reunion last Saturday and had the opportunity to meet your parents. Your mom was at Rio Grande High School's 50th reunion. And so I met your parents.
That's awesome.
That was fun. Glad to meet them. They're really sweet folks.
I've had great role models growing up. So,
yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, guys, you have a great night. We'll talk to y'all later.
Good to see you, sir.
Bye.
Mr. Henry, you want me to be here or should I go to a break room?
Well, that's your choice. If you leave me alone with Rudy,
I think, Patty, remember, we'll do it like last time where you can just share some general information to the units that are not here on
Okay.
recharter or any other topic that you say, hey, you know what, I want to share a little bit more on this. And so, because we're recording this, so they'll be able to watch this.
Okay, perfect.
Tell you what, it's recharter. It's going to be so much easier. The background work is, doesn't change. It's, getting people to say, I'm going to recharter, and making sure their information is correct. But just looking into ours, all of the check marks are there for the adults. And that's usually the hard part, is that getting them up to date on first aid, U protection training, and making sure that criminal background check is current, and then getting the money paid. But it's just a very, instead of 9 or 10 different steps, it's one page, and that's just exciting.
That is going to make it much, much easier, since we can practice now with the sandbox.
Yes.
So one of the events that's coming up for the council is our annual Distinguished Citizen Award Luncheon. Before, we've had dinners, but this year we're going to have a luncheon on December 2nd, Thursday, 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. So it is a lunch. And this year we're honoring Mr. Manny Vela, who's the CEO for Valley Baptist Health System. But we're also honoring the healthcare heroes at Valley Baptist Health System. And we want to make sure that the community is aware that this event, we're inviting the business community, any of our friends of scouting supporters out there that are friends with scouts, to attend this. Here's the different donations you can make towards that event. And so individual seats go for $250, or you can get a table, 4 seats for $1,000, or a table of 8 for $2,500, or a table of 8 for $5,000 for the Golden Eagle. And all we need is just your name, address, phone number. You can reach out to the council office at 956-423-0250, and talk to Ruby Ramirez or Rudy Gonzalez, and we'll take your donation over the phone. Or you can email rudy.gonzalez, GONZALEZ, @scouting.org. And we're expecting a great turnout. It's going to be at the Harlingen Convention Center. So again, December 2nd at 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. And it is a lunch. And so we're going to have some great food, some great motivational speakers. And we're also going to have some scouts there in attendance to thank all the attendees that are going to be joining us that day. So great event coming up. Some of the other events that are coming up, that we have our camporee, we have our powwow, we have winter camp coming up, we have rifle instructor training. So a lot of events that we're going to be coming up pretty soon. So, but the big thing right now is recharter. So we want to make sure that all of our units get rechartered this year. Okay. I'm waving my hand so everybody can see me. We don't have the access codes that we used to give you every year before. Is that right, Mr. Mike Henry?
Need to unmute so I can talk. Okay. Yes, sir. The answer is there were no codes. It's only using the same login you use for Scout Book and My.Scouting as the key 3, the leaders, the Cub Master, the Charter Organization Rep, and the committee chairman. Those 3 will be able to get in and see the recharter and their internet advancement page. And then they can delegate another person to do the recharter if they're not the crafty or computer literate folks. And they have someone that can do that they trust. That person should do it. And again, it's single page and then the payment page. It's just all in one place. And all the background still needs to be done. You still need to get the commitments from the folks and the payments. And then it'll show whether they have the current YPT and criminal background check for adults. It's not needed for the scouts. They don't need the criminal background check or the first YPT yet. I think the YPT is coming for the scouts, but it's not this year yet. But the commitment that you're going to continue on scouting, and that's the once that's done and all the checks are done, then you're ready to go. Click
We
submit.
we also, Mike, today we were helping one of our volunteers that had an issue with had a scout that was a multiple and several units. And so I wanted to cover that because we have our YouTube platform and Facebook right now. And so I just want to share that, and I'll have Mike kind of explain, if you do have a scout that's in the troop and also maybe in the venture crew or maybe an explorer, how do we do that? How do we, multiple that scout? Doesn't mean that he's going to pay twice or three times. He only pays one, but we want to make sure that we multiple him and the units that he's participating in. So Mike, can you kind of give us just a big general explanation on how that process works, please?
Okay, it's amazing that it's been so well laid out now, in that on your My Scouting as a parent or as a key 3.
Well, let me make that very clear. So you said My Scouting, right? Not
my dot
not
scouting,
Scout Book, not Scout Book,
right?
not Scout Book. Let's get that straight. Don't go to Scout Book. You go to My Scouting. Okay. Sometimes people get confused
Right.
with Scout Book and My Scouting. Okay. So Mike's going to walk you through the process. on how to
So
multiply.
so in your unit, as an adult or a parent, you can click on My Application, and then this page comes, and notice it says transfer, multiple, or renew application. And so if I want to transfer to another unit, I click transfer and then pick the unit I want to transfer to. Let's go to crew. And accept the gender and do a search. And there it comes. And I click that, select that, and then do the transfer. I'm not going to do it because I'm not ready to transfer yet. But that's all it takes.
But if you're transferring as a leader, doesn't mean that you're automatically become a leader, because
Right. What it does,
the other organization has to approve you.
right? What it does is in fact, that's commented right here on the first page. If I can get back to it, it says in a statement here that the new unit will get an application from you, and they at that point will accept you. You can now transfer and multiple between units using your My.Scouting account. And it says now users are able to transfer from one Scout unit to another without having to take a new application into the Scout office. On the My Application tab, the one I just clicked, you can transfer yourself as an adult volunteer or your youth member from unit to unit. Unit leaders will be able to transfer youth by going to the new roster feature. So and I'll show you that in a moment. Member manager and organization manager, and select the youth who need to be transferred, then click the transfer icon. So it describes how to do it right here. And notice that it says applications normally take up to 48 hours to sync. Because what this does is syncs with the national database in ScoutNet, and then will show up in Scout Book. But I have seen it much more rapid than that. So I'm going to click the organization. Oh, no, that's not what it was. Roster. Confusing it, sorry. But it shows a list. You click on that individual, and let's see. So I'm going to go here and into roster, and this you select somebody, and see it says transfer here. So you can do it here too as a leader. The parents don't get this, but a leader gets this, and they can do the transfer themselves to the other unit. And then when the unit gets the invitation, they will get an email. The key 3 will get an email and says, you've got somebody ready to join your unit. And it gives you a link, and there you go into your application manager on your unit, and then you see the invitations come up right here, and you you take it and accept it here. It's just very simple, very straightforward. So as
So
a
Mike,
leader,
Mike, if people get stuck and they have questions or, not too sure about something, what's a good email that they can reach you?
okay, I'll put it in the chat, but it's MRH Henry. MRH are my initials and Henry is my last name. So MRH Henry, and then the number 18, which is my age, and then at yahoo.com. I still can't get anybody to believe that. MRH Henry 18 at yahoo.com. And so, yes, and we try to answer them as quickly as we can. We sometimes have to do a little research.
So again, if you want to save 30 minutes, an hour for people that drive from Bronzeville or from Roma or Rio Grande City or McAllen to drive all the way to Harlingen to come and turn in just one piece of paper, save that gas, save that time, and do it on my.scouting. Okay, it's very convenient, and Mike will put his email. If you get stuck or not too sure, just shoot him an email and he'll help you out. It's not a very hard process.
Talking about recharter, one very important thing to remember, all of us have to be YPT current. If we don't have if any of the leaders do not have the YPT current, the unit won't be able to register. So please, you will be, we will be calling you or emailing you from Mr. Mike Henry, asking you to do your YPT if you're almost ready to, if it's almost ready to expire. We still have 2 months where you can check, and you can check it in your myscouting.org. Just go to your trainings and you will see there if you're current, if you have your YPT current. So please make sure that all your leaders have the YPT, because if not, that will delay the whole recharter process.
Okay. So she mentioned training. That's again, that's still in my scouting, my.scouting, and remember my training. One of the things that sometimes happens is that you may have been a Cub Scout, and when you got merit badge counselor, you got a different member ID. So you may have more than one member ID, and you want to make sure that your primary one is the one that's showing here under a managed member. You may have come from another council. You look for that council and member ID, and then that's if that one needs to be the primary, you can set it in this particular screen here. So the member ID is important, and that is also if you're a parent and you're not seeing your scout, it may be because it might not be the right member ID as your primary, and the Cub Scout is associated with a different BSA ID. And if you take YPT and you're not a member, yes, please take it as a parent, or take the youth protection training. It's right here in English and Spanish. Take that, and here's the diversity, equity, and inclusion. That's something else we're encouraging everybody to take. But the YPT, again, we were talking about seeing that, my training. It says here right away that your status for YPT, youth protection training, is active, and it expires 10/25/2023. And you can always retake the course. And if you need to print your certificate, you click that little printer right there, and it'll help you print that. Also, while we're on this page, what are your requirements for the position you've been assigned to in your unit? And you can see there's a lot of them that I'm assigned to, because I've been kind of nosy and busy, I guess. But also what you've completed is here. And some folks have 17 pages, some just have 3 or so. But you can see the various courses you've taken and the completion date, and if they expire, when they expire. So all of that's here. And if you want to take something, remember right here in requirements, you can just take the course and it'll bring you to that video course. So very easy to use, very handy, and just a little bit of time consumption. But my scouting is just very powerful for you. I started to say, if you're a parent, you take the course and then you join. When you get that number, BSA ID number, make sure you put it into the system. You know, my managed BSA ID, make sure you get that into the system and make it your primary, so that training will show up. Any training you've done will show up from then on, and the YBT from then on too. So very powerful, very helpful, very powerful, and it's just much easier to do joining scouting. And if you're a leader needing to update your PIN, here's how to do that. And just the recruitment resources. The Learn Center is a very expansive training center for exploring. There's training for exploring here. And here's the new diversity, equity, inclusion. It talks a bit more about it, but this is the same link for the training as here. And again, we encourage all adults and to take that, whether they're a full member or not. 805, boy.
So as you can see, there's a lot of good information on my.scouting.org. Please get in there and play around with it and just look around. You know, there's a lot of information on there. There's also trainings, you name it. So please make sure that you go in there and look around. Okay. And also become familiar with Scoutbook also, because there's some capabilities that Scoutbook will also help you with concerning advancements and some other stuff that that platform will help you as a leader.
I closed the breakout rooms. I did not realize that time snuck up on me. It's 8:06, so we're going to probably go a little bit longer than we normally do, but because there's so much more to cover.
It would not be a roundtable meeting if we're not a little bit late, so it's okay. We're keeping the tradition going.
Yeah, well,
Rudy,
yeah.
how's the Explorer Post sales out of Mission? How'd they do?
They have recruited new members and new leaders, so they're doing great. And,
I'll call them up.
You know, their first event, they were helping out their local high school with a Halloween night that they had. So they're active and they're starting to meet again.
Good. I'll give them a shout. See how they're doing. Thanks.
Well, guys, I know you come back and you've just been worn out with this breakout room activities. I know they had you running around the block, keeping busy, but we've got a lot more to cover, and we want you. The purpose of Roundtable is to get the information to you so you can share it with your members. And so please bear with us. We're trying to get through this as quick as we can. If the people we call on, if you'll be brief as you can, so we can get everybody in. Patty, do you have anything about Roundtable attendance?
Oh my God, yes, I do. Chihuahua, again, PAC 500, 3 months in a row, PAC 500. So congratulations. You really like us, right?
And you know what? They even had a den leader come in today and get his uniform and books. So they're here today also. So great job, PAC 500, getting all your leaders with the right uniform and books and all that good stuff.
Thank you. And thank you. That shows your commitment to the program. Thank you. Congratulations, PAC 500.
Thank you, John.
Those darn birds.
Mike, that was good. That was a good alarm clock there. Thank you, Mike.
Aren't you glad I found that?
Yes, I'm thanking everybody for that right now.
Okay, thank you, Patty. Thank you, PAC 500. Everybody else that's here. I appreciate y'all being here. The training and advancements, Roger. You're muted, sir.
We tentatively have scheduled for December 18th to have merit badge counselor training, YPT and Cub Scout training that morning. Location to be determined shortly. Some of the other stuff that's coming up, if anybody wants to come out and practice with a fly rod this weekend, I personally will be doing a little bit of training with a fly rod. If you want to get that training, come on out to camp. I'll be over there by the dining hall for between 9 and 10:30 or so. We'll let you see how well you can do casting into a circle with a fly rod. There's a question about wood badge training, and that's to be determined. We're working, trying to get so that we can get enough people together to have a wood badge course again. And so we've been pursuing some different activities on that. Also, we're looking at having some things get started for NYLT in the spring. So stay tuned.
Hey,
for
Roger.
further. Yes.
Roger, how many do we need for wood badge to have national approve us for NYLT and national, I mean, for wood badge? Because
We have
sometimes
to have 32 participants for each course in order to make get the approval from national. So it's a little bit of a challenge right now, but we're looking at possibly doing a cluster council course with another council I've reached out to. And there's some other things that we're looking at. Patty's got some ideas from across the border that might help us. So we just got to make sure that before we apply to get a course that we have a good chance of success. Because the last thing I want to see is put a lot of work into something. We don't have enough people, we have to cancel a course. That's the thing I do not want. So let's see what we can do.
So 32 is the magic number. So everyone on this Zoom roundtable, please share the word and encourage and motivate other leaders to get excited about wood badge.
Hey, Roger, is there a leave no trace thing still coming up possibly?
Well, we can add that into some of the training that's coming up shortly. There's a question about, do you have to do Baloo first? Yes, that is required before taking wood badge. And we will have a Baloo course coming up. We have one coming up after the first of the year. I don't remember the exact date on that, but I'll have some information for you on when the Baloo courses are. January, February is typically when we have another Baloo course, and I'll have those dates for you before too long.
And we do have our social media chair working with all the different chairmen on getting the dates for 2022. And so if you're a chair on this roundtable, please reach out to Sarah Mendez and let her know what dates you're doing some of your activities. Because she is planning the 2022 calendar, and we want to make sure we get plenty of people to schedule some scouting dates within your personal calendar, and then your work calendar and your church calendar and the kid calendar and everything, all these other calendars that you have. So we are in the process of getting the 2022 dates available to so you can plug those in for next year.
Roger, there was a wilderness and remote first aid instructor course offering. Do you know if that's in offering?
So far, we've only had 2 people to have indicated interest in taking that course, and we need at least 4 in order to make the course possible. I've reached out to some other people across the area. I'm still waiting to hear a word back if there's other folks that are interested, but if we can find 4 people that are interested in this course.
Roger, and what is that training for some of those that are brand new and don't know what that is?
And the wilderness training course is basically, it used to be called when help is delayed, when someone gets injured out in the field and so forth. This is a training that enables them to, someone that's been trained can properly give first aid treatment up to 8 hours until the real professionals like Dr. Margot and some of the other folks get involved. And it is required for some of the higher adventure things like going to Philmont or going to Northern Tier or places like that. Yes. So you need to have that if you're planning on at least one person in your crew. If you're going to Philmont, needs to have that training. More the better. And like saying, right now we have 2 people that have indicated interest. It's at a reduced cost because oftentimes these courses are $200 or greater. I don't remember exactly what the cost was, but we have a discount because we're in Scouts from the Red Cross. We have people that are qualified. So in fact, Tamara, is we have a former instructor that's from Troop 59 that's in attendance tonight. Wave, Sherry, wave. All right. She's been gracious enough in the past to help teach this course. Right now, we're just looking for participants. We've got two, we need at least two more. And that's the story on that one. Then we'll set up a date. So if you have friends out there that are interested, let's get them in touch. Let us know and put their names on the list. Okay. Other questions?
Any other training that we need? I know Ida was being approached about some possible trainings.
Can you talk on it?
I am here, but okay, clear my mind about which training, because there's a whole bunch of stuff going on in my head with Camporee coming on and stuff. And
I don't know. I just heard it mentioned that you were being approached about some swimming.
yes. So right now the water. Yes. So one of the things that I do want to plan is I do need more adults, and for our adults to be able to take part in all of our safety afloat canoeing and stuff, they have to have paddlecraft safety. Right now, the only adults that I know of that have paddlecraft safety is B. Baez and well, Justin, who's not with us, who's now an adult, and then myself, John Randolph has it, and I believe that is it. Other than that, I do have a lot of 16 and 17-year-olds that have it, but you still have to have an adult that is very familiar with and very comfortable with stuff like that. So I need to have another one so I can certify all adults.
And what does that require for, Ada, that training?
It is required if you want to go kayaking. It is required if you want to go paddlecraft, canoeing, anything on a craft that you would like, even if you're going to just simply review strokes or anything like that. It's basically a rescue. It's a rescue course. It's a first aid rescue course for paddlecraft. So most of the stuff that is done, it's not a very long class. It's about a 6-hour course. It can be done in one day, that one. But it is a lot of rescue, throwing ropes, what if scenarios, making sure that we know that you do know how to paddle back. And if you had to swim back, that you have you can float. I mean, if you can float, we can save you, that kind of thing. But that's what we have to make sure, and just different ideas. It's actually a fun class. It's one of my funner classes to teach. It's fun. So we need to put it out there and get some adults certified, because it is the paddlecraft first aid part, and it's good for 3 years. That's the best part, that it's good for 3 years once you get it. But that I think will have to come very soon. We're going to see it probably April, May, because the waters are going to get kind of cold now.
Ada will work with our social media chair, and we'll put it on the council calendar so you can sign up and be ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Awesome.
thank you. I would appreciate it so much. Don't say Luis Miranda here. Patty, y'all want to talk about the Camporee, fall Camporee?
Yes, sir. Well, we're preparing for fall Camporee. It will take place November 12 to 14. We're still taking registrations. It's a lot of fun. We haven't seen each other in Camporee for competitions in almost a year, or more years, a year and a half. So it's gonna be a lot of good things to learn. Rudy has there the patch that you will be able to have for this Camporee. like I said, it's a very interesting activity because a lot of the troops compete between each others, and most of all, more than they have fun and they learn a lot about the scouting skills like knots, like fire building, like first aid, all the good things that the program has, and they have been practiced throughout the year. So this year we will have it on the fall. Next year we will have it next year on the spring and maybe the fall. So please go to the web council's calendar and make registered there.
Thank you, Patty. Appreciate that. Coming up is the Order of the Arrow, and the Lodge Advisor, Sherry Camacho, is online with us, and it's yours, Sherry. You're still muted.
Sorry, the button's not working here. So powwow registration was open last night. So that's great. Please take a look so we can get our units registered. That is December the 3rd through the 5th. So we're really excited about this in-person event. We do have a work day, which is the 27th of November. So we need lots of hands helping at camp. I'm sorry, did I say December? It's 27th of November. Sorry, whatever I said. It's the Saturday after Thanksgiving. So we need lots of help at Camp Perry that day, just to get things ready and set up all of our areas. We've got those gigantic teepees that, we need help with. So there's just lots to do that day. And then of course the event, the 3rd through the 5th. Registration cook. The next OA event is in January, and that would be Winter Ordeal, the 21st through the 23rd. And we're working on getting that registration up and going as well. I think it's pretty much ready to go, just needs some final lookovers, and then we'll have that opened up. Any questions?
So Sharia, so we're inviting everyone to powwow, correct? That's Cub
Everybody can come to
Scouts,
powwow.
Scouts
Yes.
BSA, Explorers, Ventures, everyone.
Everybody can come to powwow. Now the BSA, Scouts BSA can camp. So can 5th grade Webelos, but they have to be with a troop. So they have to have made prior arrangements with a troop. So you'll see that when it's time to register. It's going to ask specifically about the Webelo 5th grade, 5th graders camping. So that's allowed, but prior arrangements need to be made with a troop. And again, we ask, at registration because we need to know, how many folks to expect at a campsite, or so that we can assign campsites.
And keep in mind, it's first come, first serve with those brand new campsite pavilions. And raise your hand if you've been underneath one of those campsite pavilions. The temperature, if it's 100 outside, you'll get down to like 80 underneath one of those. And so they're just very nice. So there's only 6 of them that we built. There's 6 more to go. And so, first come, first get. So make sure that you sign up quickly.
Well, it was a nice addition at summer camp, and powwows. We've had rainy ones, we've had frosty ones, we've had hot ones. So, it'll help no matter what the weather brings that weekend.
And it's like Disneyland at Camp Perry.
Perry, would you like to tell us about the new statement that we had done in the past, but we can't do this year?
Right. So starting January 2020, I'll just give y'all some quick history. Starting January 2020, the OA firmed up some of the rules and guidelines that we have to follow when using Native American symbols and clothing. So, again, the OA knew about this. We worked with the local Lipan Apache tribe, not really me, but the youth in the OA to work out a plan and to get their approval so that our youth OA members can emulate the Lipan Apache tribe in our ceremonies. So there were just a few choices. You can wear all black. You can wear your scout uniform with your sash and a medallion, or you can work with a local tribe, gain their approval, and emulate that tribe in your ceremonies. So our ceremonies teams are the only ones who should be dressing up in American Indian themed clothing or attire. So in the past, we've had lots of our program area folks and even just attendees, dressing up. And again, that's something that's not allowed anymore. We need to be respectful and, use the symbols and Native American dress appropriately. So if you are personally affiliated with a tribe, you're welcome to wear, whatever, you have that is appropriate for your, tribal affiliation. But, everybody else, we just need to be ourselves and, wear our scout uniforms or other, appropriate, activities, attire for the weekend. Again, our ceremonies teams will be in the appropriate approved ceremonial attire. So that was something that, need to make sure everybody knows. And face painting, had gone out a long time ago with the Weebelo crossovers and things like that. So again, we just have to be respectful and then follow the guidelines that National has set forth. So there is a statement on the registration page for powwow that does explain this. So questions,
Cherie,
comments?
Cherie, if you can put your email on the chat. So if anybody has a question regarding attire or OA or powwow, they can reach out to you. That'd be great.
My outfit was a Delaware gifted to me many years ago, and so I know I can't wear it anymore, so I'm going to return it back to them. Next up is Noel Benavidez.
Well, hello, everybody. Just really quick, I wanted to wear my vision mask, but I didn't want to scare anybody. That's what I wore for our spooktacular. And we had an awesome time. It really warmed my heart when I had a little Cub Scout come up to me and tell me that he had such an awesome time and that he enjoyed everything. And the dad as well, and his little brother was there running around. So from what I've heard and from what I saw, we all had an awesome time. It was good. When we couldn't have done it, of course, with the help of all our staff, our volunteers. I believe we had I think we had more volunteers than actual Cub Scouts. We had 80 volunteers and 70 some Cub Scouts. I believe the total of everybody there was close to 300 individuals that we had, and it was awesome. We had an awesome time. We enjoyed ourselves. We enjoyed each other's company, but most of all, the smiles on those Cub Scouts and parents was the best. So that's how I'll end it with, because that was just so awesome seeing the Cub Scouts enjoying themselves, having a good time, smiling, and being amongst everyone was the best. So that was so awesome.
Did you set a date for next year?
Oh, we haven't set a date, but we're getting to that. I know I'll talk to Rudy about this because we had such a good showing, and we have some great ideas for our spring Cub adventure, and we want to do it in April. So I'll submit those dates, and hopefully we can get the dates that we plan for it. But I'll talk to you, Rudy, about that and see what we can work out.
Yeah, make sure you follow up on that email. Again, all the chairs follow up with that email that our social media chair sent out on the dates that you're recommending. She's our central location. And so like that, we keep all the dates because it's a lot of dates for everything we do as a council. And she'll be our to-go person on dates for any activity.
Thank you. Rudy, next up is talking about popcorn, Friends of Scouting, DCAD.
So our popcorn chair is Cisco Hernandez. Please stay in touch with them if you need more popcorn. We've had a couple of units that sold within days, thousands of dollars of popcorn, and they came and got more popcorn. And so if you need more popcorn, let us know. We'll get you the popcorn. Friends of Scouting, our chairman there is Mr. Juan Trevino. And so please reach out to us. Call here to the council whenever you have a blue and gold or a court of honor, and Mr. Juan Trevino or myself or another volunteer will show up and do a 5-minute presentation. That's the only time that the council goes out to the families and will ask support for Friends of Scouting. Remember, we're a nonprofit organization. We're not a private corporation. We're not a bank. And so we really depend on families and individuals. Even if it's $5 that you donate, that $5 will make a difference. Okay, we do have other donors that will give us more money, but it takes all of us, helping out the council. We can't, we're not the government, so we shouldn't have 1 or 2 people subsidizing the rest of us. I think all of us, we got to teach our young people that at a young age, so they're seeing everything that the leaders are doing. And if they see that our volunteers and our parents are donating, then one of these days they're going to be the leaders and the adults, and they'll have that tradition of giving back to a great organization like Scouting or any other nonprofit located here in the Rio Grande Valley. So again, it's a 5-minute presentation, and we'll go out there. We did one for Troop 76, and they raised over $5,700 in like an hour from all the families that were there. So we want to thank Troop 76 for helping out, and all the other units that have done their Friends of Scouting presentations. And Mike, what was the other topic? Popcorn, FOS, and
DCAT.
DCAT. So we do have DCAT coming up. Let me bring that up. Let's see. So this year we're honoring, it's our 35th annual Distinguished Citizen Award Luncheon. We've had dinners before, but this year we're going to honor the CEO for the Valley Baptist Health System, Mr. Manny Vela, their CEO. But we're also going to honor all the healthcare heroes. And so if you're a company, if you work for a company or you as an individual want to attend our luncheon, it's on December the 2nd, which is a Thursday, and it's a lunch. You get there by 11:30 and 1 o'clock, we'll have you out there. You can go back to work and go take a nap, but it's 250 individual seats, or you can get a 4 seats for 1,000, or a table of 8 for the silver sponsor for 2,500, or the Golden Eagle sponsor for 5,000. Our chairman for that event is the mayor for the city of Harlingen, Mayor Chris Boswell, and we're having it at the Harlingen Convention Center, which is a brand new convention center right behind the Bass Pro Shop and the Sam's here in Harlingen. So we invite all of our leaders to participate this event. Remember, anytime you give a Friends of Scouting donation or make any kind of monetary donation to the Scouting program or a gift in kind, it's tax deductible. That's right. You can write it off on your taxes and make sure you pay a little bit less taxes. So again, you're invited to be part of the Distinguished Citizen Award Luncheon on December 2nd, which is a Thursday.
I guess that's called decal now then.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Manny. Rudy, sorry. Appreciate that. Oscar Garza, we're doing winter camp.
As customary, December 26th through December 30th is winter camp. The registration and everything's already on site, thanks to Sarah. I have a hard date of November 15th as troops register so that I can make sure I get an order in for patches at that time. That way, those who register by then will be guaranteed one. Anything after that will be, it's going to be up for grabs at that point. I know we're running registration through December 20th, but again, we've got some great classes. We've got camperships. Probably at least 20 years during winter camp. So someone take the reins next year if they want this.
But let's give Oscar a hand for keeping.
When before the other years. But still, we know there's going to be some questions, if you get stuck with something, we're going to be there to help you. Make sure, again, that all your leaders are YPT training. That's going to make it much, much easier for you to recharter. Like all the times, not only on recharter are the commissioners active, we're active all year to help you, to encourage you, to guide you, to teach you, to be friends. So please make sure you reach out to us. Several of us have been in some of the events, and we just like to go and say hello. If you want to become a commissioner, reach out to us. We're always in need of people like you all with all your knowledge and your expertise. Thank you.
And we're wanting to build up the district committees too. So keep your eye out for your members as you approach folks and people that in the community you think would make a good district member and be a member of the district committee. And let us know, because we want to strengthen those areas. And it's a real important area of the scouting in the council, and we're wanting to get that built up. And so your advice on members in the public who would make excellent ones, or parents, or just somebody you think that would be a great asset to the scouting program, please let us know. Next up is Ranger John.
Good evening, everybody. You know, we've got a couple of projects that need to get done out here. We got the railroad ties we need to start moving along the road, throw them on the trailer, get them stacked up. So we're trying to eliminate that for the beginning of the road process of getting it prepared. And, you know, keeping people off the grass, you know, but that's a big project. I'll need some help on that. We've got the STEMS building is, the outside is looking really nicely. They've got some of the brick up in the front and a lot of the siding, you know, going on with it. The electricians are coming to finish up. VTX, I can't wait to get out here to start their project, on their end, the technology side. So it's moving along, you know. We prepared for the Cub Adventure. You know, I want to thank Rudy for coming out and chainsawing a lot of limbs. He's not done. We're still cleaning up. We don't want somebody poked in their eye, you know. Ada's been coming out for the pool. We thank you for that, you know. So it's been good. You know, we're just moving along, trying to get everything prepared. We have wall tents, the big wall tents that the ADA I'd like to get up before powwow and for summer camp or winter camp to have, you know, extra sleeping facilities. We'll need that because we're going to have a couple of scoutmasters that I'm sure that are going to need the electricity over there for their campsite. So we, you know, for their CPACs or whatever it is. So we need to get some of those wall tents back up, and at least at the ADA, you know, get all 6 of those up. And then they can sleep on the platforms maybe at Killdeer. If we can get them up at Killdeer, that'd be great. And then that taking them down after winter camp too, you know. But yeah, those are probably the 2 big projects, the wall tents and the railroad ties. What else, Rudy? I know we had something else, but you know, the tree trimming and all that's been going on out there. Y'all are gonna notice the difference, and it's been great. And Rudy's been doing a lot of it, to be honest.
Well,
I just hauled it out there.
Well, it's a team effort, you know, and everybody's pitching in. And I know Ada with the swimming pool, that's every time it rains, it's like we're at war with the pool. Okay.
Yeah.
And so Ada needs help with that. And so if you have a couple of hours during the week that you want to help her, she normally goes out there on what day, Ada, is when you go out and try to attack the pool and not let it get green and nasty.
I do Wednesdays. Today I did Thursday, but yeah, I try to go in the middle of the week because I can usually always go on Sunday afternoons. So I'll do Sunday afternoon and then some other time in the middle of the week.
So please put your email, Ada. So if you want to go help Ada with the pool, like I said, that's a constant battle. We never win. We're always at war with the pool. And John always needs help with everything. You know, there's railroad ties, there's things that get broken, things that we need to paint. Right now we have the, you want to talk about the bricks, John, that we're
Oh, yeah, yeah,
reinitiating?
yeah. The brick, you know, we got to push the brick sales over there. We're getting a couple of them. I personally am too. And we're going to put, you know, the bricks. We got to sell the bricks and get the bricks. Go ahead, Ada. Were you going to say something? But yeah, we're even at the new flagpole. We're going to start incorporating them at the new flagpole. Hopefully we can get the old ones that are faded, try to get them refurbished. A lot of them, you know, and but yeah, that's something else that we'd like to get done.
Yeah, so if you
You
want
know,
to, so if you want to honor a family member
yes,
that was
in
a
memory of.
Scouts, yep, in memory of, or one of your Eagle Scouts or someone, let the ranger know. And he found a contact in McAllen that's going to help us with that. And it'll be there for the next 100 years, you know, for everyone that comes after us.
Yeah, you know,
We need to get that out on social media.
Yeah, if you're even if you're like you know, there you go, Cherie, you were the, you know, the vigil advisor or the OA advisor. You can get a brick for $100 and you can put your name and OA advisor the year you're tenor. You know, the years you were in there, 3 lines of the brick sales. Yeah, that's another thing we're after. Vigils, we have a lot of vigil members that have their vigils, the OA lodge chiefs that have theirs out there. So, you know, those are the kind of things that you might, you know, want to do if you were a scoutmaster in a troop for many years. You know, that's something that could be, you know, honored. It would be our honor to have your name out there on a brick. How about that? Okay.
Ranger John, I
Go ahead.
had submitted a request a few months back. Should I
Yes,
send
we're
it to
working
the
on it.
Ranger?
You're the start of all this. Yes, ma'am. I sure do. I got everything today. You're the
Have
start.
I
The
nagged
reason.
too much? Sorry, Rudy. I
No,
know I'm
no,
always
no, not
sending
at all.
emails.
We're gonna that you're the reason, the inspiration for it all, to get this going again. To be honest with you, we have to get back into trying to sell these bricks. And then we got the new flagpole, which is where yours will go at the new flagpole at Gilwell. And there's not a brick, you know, they're new bricks. It needs to, we're gonna start utilizing that too, you know.
So
yes, ma'am.
Adelita had, if I'm correct, you had a twin brother, Adelita?
Yes, he was a Boy Scout with Troop 100 out of West Lacote when we were younger.
And he passed away.
He recently passed in May. Yeah. And so I submitted a request right after that because I did see it on the website, but I know that there was, I think y'all were trying to find somebody who could make the
Yes,
bricks.
ma'am. We took care of it. Well, I'm taking care of it. I'm gonna work on that. And you're the inspiration for us to start this up again. So I'd like to see more people do this, you know, to put some their, you know, just get their as we say, their legacy in a memorial or in an honor, so people can see it at the flagpoles. So Adelitas will be the first at the new flagpole.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
So let us know, Adelita, when you want to come out with your family, and we can have a nice little ceremony out there for your brother. And so just work with the ranger, and we'll make sure that someone's available for the ceremony out there for your brother.
Wonderful. I'm really glad to hear that. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am, and thank you. And that's all I got. Henry, Mike, you can move on so we
Thank
can go
you,
have
John.
dinner.
Appreciate it. Before we step any further, I want to say thank you so much to Ada and Noel and Joel for the breakout rooms and keeping those going and coming back with some excitement. We appreciate that. Done. Thank you. Okay, we are at the point where if there's no more questions, and we have 1 minute exactly for our Scout Executive Minute.
Okay, that starts now. All right. So thank you, all the leaders that are out there. It's been a tough couple of months, and we've all had our challenges, with family members passing and people getting sick, and some of our leaders passing, some of our scoutmasters, some of our committee members, and we just lost one of our scouts, a troop out of Harlingen, to some crime. Where he got shot, and he was one of the kids that would go out and help the ranger with all the projects out there at camp, and him and his brother and some of the other scouts from that troop would spend hours and hours helping the ranger out there. And so the reason I'm sharing that is you are making a difference. You are saving the lives of the kids out there. And John, the ranger, will tell you, you know, some of these kids, you know, the streets are calling them. And we're there to make sure that the bad people don't give these kids a lot of options that are going to get these kids killed or in trouble. Right now, that boy got killed. He was 2 requirements. Am I right, John? 2 requirements for earning his Eagle Scout. And
Yes,
his
sir.
brother also got shot in the eye, and he's still in the hospital. And then another kid got shot. And so a lot of our young people are facing a lot of negative and bad things out in the community. And so I want to thank all of y'all for everything that you do to keep our young people from all those bad things that are out there, all those temptations that they have out there in the community. And let's keep saving lives. That's what it is. It's preparing young people for the future. And just the way we're here tonight, having this virtual meeting, 100 years ago, there was people probably meeting in person trying to do that. And so let's keep building that legacy. Our camp is looking great. Thanks to the ranger and all the volunteers. And then I also want to thank Ada and her husband for helping keep Laguna Station. You know, people forget that we have our sea base out there. And so thank you, Ada and Carlos, for going out there also and helping paint and fix things and you know, all the volunteers that go out and help you. So again, let's keep it going. Like Mike Henry said, Mike's going to be helping us with our all district committee meetings, which is a virtual meeting that we have with all the districts. And so if you have any recommendations, reach out to Mike and we'll start plugging people in for those committees. What I want to see happen in the next year or two is where each district is having their own camporee, they're having their own cub adventure, they're having their own fishing tournaments. But in order for that to happen, is we need to have volunteers at that level to make those things happen. Otherwise, guess who's going to be doing all the work? It's going to be the same people doing it at the district level. And so we need to find new people that are going to be, you know, the next Noel and Ada, all those young people that will take over and help those new leaders and parents that are coming after us. So again, thank you. Anything we can do, please let us know. And we hope to see you at Camporee and Powwow and Winter Camp and aquatics training and firearm training, all those trainings that we're having out at camp. And this tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, we do have a training that the ranger is going to be participating in. And I'll let the ranger real quick, 10 seconds, let you know what time he's gonna be out there. So if you want to go out to that training, you're invited.
It's all day on Friday from 9. Well, the sessions start from 10 to 4. They're Friday and Saturday all day. I'll be on a training session for mine. And then we're gonna have another TV in the room ongoing for everybody to listen to. It's open to whoever wants to come. It has to do with camp management, trail management out here, information about how to better the camp, better ADA, our ADA services and so forth. And I've got a couple of people that are coming. You know, we'll feed you lunch and we'll have coffee for you too. Yeah, I got lunch coming, Ada. So yeah, you know, so yeah, we got a botana coming, and of course Rudy's gonna probably be out here working, and we invite him to lunch too. But yeah, it's a good training. It's a national seminar, webinar. They're not even webinars, they're live. They're actually live that National is doing. It's a advanced training for rangers and for whoever. It gives me credit for my advancements of rangering. But it's also informative for the public to hear about, to help me out here to know, you know, how can we better this camp and how can we better the trails and the environment out here. So I got a couple of people kind of attend to hopefully they'll be able to get something out of it and help me out and help the camp out.
All right. So again, thank y'all for everything you're doing. And again, Mike Henry will be just the way he's managing our roundtable Zoom meeting. He's now going to be our main lead and our main contact for the all districts committee meetings that we're having every Wednesday at 7 p.m. And so that's going to be also on the calendar where you can be able to click and join us on via Zoom. So
the first Wednesday, not every Wednesday.
Yeah, the first Wednesday of every month. Okay, so hope to see you there and help us grow our district committees and make this a strong council. If the units are strong, and then we also make our district strong, then we're gonna have a strong council. If we have a strong council, then we're gonna deliver a first-class program to all of our scouts. And that's what we want to do. We want to deliver the best program out there. We're a small council, but I know with the help of all the volunteers, we'll be able to deliver a first-class scouting experience to every single young person that comes through our units at the local level.
Thank you, Rudy. We are at the point, we ran a pretty long meeting tonight, but hopefully you're walking out of here with a lot of information to take back to your units and share with your friends, and tell your friends about our meetings. Tell them sometimes it might run just a little bit long, but we're here for you guys, and we appreciate you sharing your information with us and your other members. So let's turn our attention to the Lord. God bless you all, and thank you for being here. Joel, if you'll offer us a closing prayer, please, and we'll head our own way.
Will do. Let's take our thoughts to the Lord. Heavenly Father, we thank you, Lord. You're the creator of our universe, creator of our world, creator of us, Lord. And thank you, and be with us and watch over us until we meet again. What's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Scout on.
Bye.
I used to tell the folks when they get finished wood badge, now get to work.
Adios.
Adios. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Henry.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, Miss.
Thank you.
Miss Patty.
Mike Huerta, before you leave, Rudy suggested I ask you about how to do mail merge to email.
Disconnected.
So sometime I'd like to chat with you about that. I don't know if I need to use Yahoo or Outlook. I've done mail merging, but email merging is new to me. And so if you have time sometime, I'm willing to do it.
Are you trying to send out a mass email?
Yeah, well, it's off of a spreadsheet. I have a list of folks I need to contact, and I'd like to send them individual emails. You know, how it would be addressed to them, their first name, and then the content of the email. I can copy emails and send all the same email to everybody, but I was trying to do a little bit more specific.
You're trying to personalize it.
Right.
Have you talked to Sarah about getting access to MailChimp and sending an email that way?
And
Because
it
I know,
lets you do it that way?
well, yes, MailChimp will allow you to do it certain ways. You can have it addressed to where it really depends how you import your contacts. Like, for example, if you know their names, let's say with me, you know, Mike A. Huerta at outlook.com, and you have me registered as Mike Huerta. When you generate the email, it'll allow you to choose what type of info you want included in the email. You can either have it as standard. Yeah, the salutation could be just a general greeting. It'll say greeting, you know, greetings, or hey, how are you? Or you can personalize it to where it says, hey, Mike,
right.
Hey,
First name, yeah.
First name, yeah, and then you can send it out that way.
Right.
I'm pretty sure there's ways you can do it through mail merging, let's say on a Word spreadsheet. I just have to look into it.
Well, that's what I started to do, and I mentioned it to Rudy. That's what I'm working on, because I'm trying to send out emails. I'm sending out emails about the youth protection training needing to be done, but I, one at a time is tedious. And I have a CVS spreadsheet with all the information on it, but I can just copy the emails and do it that way. But I really wanted to make it more personable for the individual.
I know when I was doing it back at the council, is I actually had a canned email message that I had created. And basically what I would do was pull the report every 2 weeks, every 1st and 15th of the month, off of the trained reports on the my.scouting.org site for the council. And I would get all those individuals that were not trained. I was able to extract their information and their emails according to what's on the scout system. And then I would just open up my email and copy and paste them as a blind copy and send it out to them. I didn't personalize it the way you want to, because I didn't want to take too much time doing that. I just sent it as a canned email, just a general email to everybody.
Well, that's pretty much what I'm doing now.
Now, like I said, I know you can do it with MailChimp. MailChimp has the ability to do it, and I think the council is still paying for it. I don't know. You might want to confirm with Rudy. The only issue I had with MailChimp is that it was very difficult to import email lists because it wants specific information on how to group them. You would have to make either a group or a segment, and that can be a little confusing unless you have some type of training or if you're able to find some type of video that'll teach you how to do it correctly. I never spent the time to do it efficiently because I really never needed a reason to personalize an email. But if you want to do it that way, I think you can. Or you, like I said, I'm pretty sure there's a way to do it through Word.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Stuff. I forgot this